Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian Report for Friday, September 10, and looking at the ASX on the daily chart. We've had that break lower through here, so we do need to look at this in terms of an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here. Now, we don't quite have 5 waves down here for the C wave yet, so obviously there's going to be good support over at this point here. If I've made a mistake in this move up here, then we would need to look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's okay at that point. So then we would be looking at a wave 4 pullback from this level to here. So one of the targets that we could look at to the downside here would be the 38.2% coming in around here, which is pretty close to our level anyway. So that's also, so we just want to have a bit of a look in here. I mean, the main point, I guess, here is that we know that resources are under pressure, and we'll take a look at those. They still have a bit more downside to come, but there is support there. We're seeing that in the commodity dollars. We're seeing it in copper, which is very central to the theme of metals. We know iron ore's being pushed around, but we also know that those China steel mills at some point in time need to come back in line for their own internal economy. So what price point do China want to see the spot market in China at? So we're getting quite close to that low, but we'll take a look at that. So it's about the banks. The banks really control this, they carry the weight in this index here. So we're seeing some banks, pushed to the upside, like Macquarie and NAB, and then we see Bendigo and Bank of Queensland on the sort of softer side. So we normally use CommBank as a central theme for this because it's 9% of the ASX index as such. We've been looking at ANZ as well, so we'll have a look at those. But on this particular pattern here, I'm not clear about the situation. I don't know if we've got wave 3 top in here for this market, and if that's the case, then we've got wave 3 top in for CBA. As I mentioned, Macquarie's been pushing to the upside, and NAB, but they're very close to the top, so let's just have a little quick look at them. It's good to have a quick look around the bank, the block. This is just China. We'll come back to that later. So don't worry about that. So the NAB here, that's showing potential. So we know this is an A and a B and a C wave down here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're looking for 5 waves up here. So when you first look at that, you'd think, well, there is 5 waves there, isn't there? So we could go, I need to have a closer look, but you just go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we're very close to the top here, but we've seen a bit of a breakdown, but we've seen support come back in here as well. We haven't actually seen it break down. It could also, I need to check it on the intraday chart and do some homework on it, but as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the top of the 3rd wave, coming back for the 4th wave, and then moving up higher. And in that case, we could look at the wave 4 pullback coming closer to the wave 4 of the previous. So it could come down here further and yet still move to the upside. We know Macquarie's of still also moving to the upside as well. They've just hit 180, minor level. 8 we look at 8 as a profit-taking number, and that's exactly what's going on here as well. But I'll also need to pull this count around as well. But we're seeing BOQ. It's not BOQ, is it? So the Bank of Queensland here. So from this low here, we're just looking for 5 waves up of 1 and 2 in here, and the 3rd wave here, and a 4th wave and a 5th wave. So in this case, we've made the high here. So it's a good case, and it has closed. You can't see the volume there, sorry about that. It has closed lower on higher volume, so it's definitely under pressure. And this is the pattern that we're expecting from CBA, you know, as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and that's pretty much what the XFJ is doing as well. The XXJ will go to that because it's the banking sector, but it got sort of hammered. So also 1 and 2 and 3 and for 4 and 5, it just hasn't made that other high here just yet, and it's got sold off on higher volume as well. Here, but that particular pattern to the upside is what we were looking for with CBA in that regard, as 1 and 2 and 3 up here. So like I said, I can always squeeze 5 waves into there. I've looked at that as possible. What I can say about this now is that this move here is corrective. Now we can look at it as from here, as the top here down to the low here. I was thinking that it can be a wave 4, but it's kind of in a rock and a hard place, because it's past the 38.2% retracement level and it's close to the 50% level, which could also be an A wave, a B wave and a C wave coming down, or just wave 4. So it's still not really giving me anything at this point. I don't know if that's the wave 3 top there. When I say the wave 3 top, I'm talking about this wave 3 and going into wave 4 here. So as a cumulative sort of process, you know, we certainly can have this wave 3 top in. We're not expecting that wave 3 top in for the US markets until the 23rd of you know, mid to late September in that regard. So one thing I can say about this particular pattern here is that it is bullish corrective, because if it was a bear market coming in here, the first move down here is fine, but this move that's come across here is too complicated for a wave 2. A wave 2 should be a zigzag pattern, a 5-3-5 structure, but this pattern here is more of a triangle, so I have to rearrange it a little bit. The point being is that it's the sheer size of this correction here, because when you look at, if this was down for wave 1 here and going back for wave 2, well then this ABC, that would be about the max in terms of time compared to the time that it took here. But this has gone all the way across here for this, and it's all corrected with overlapping wave structures. So it has to be a wave B here. Now it could be an A and a B and a C wave here for a wave 4 and then move up. This move down through here, I just see that we've got this as, it's not 5. We talked about a triangle pattern yesterday, and yeah, maybe we could still work that, but because it's dropped so far, it's not really the way that it can be. The move from the top here down to the low here, if we just check on that for a moment, I think we've got it on the hourly chart here. We would have to count it from the B here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, and then all of this is the third wave here. So as a triangle pattern, that would be ending as an ABC pattern here for an E wave here, and that would be fine. But otherwise we'd need to look at this as wave 4 here and then down for wave 5 to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here for that, and then we'd have a rally at that point. So this little move in through here, if we look at that on the tick chart, I've got it 1 degree smaller here, sorry about that, but it's just 100 ticks here. But basically 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here. Nice strong third wave down here, and this would be the fourth wave. It is a little bit high for that, but not too bad. So there's the 38.2. So it's sitting there nicely. So what we also could say here, this little move to the upside, if I just open this up a little bit, it counts nicely as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave at this point. This move down through here, I guess what we could say here as well is that on the long side of the market, let's just nail this down a little bit further for the day traders. So we can see that move down through here, and the rally here has come back well into the 61.8% mark. So that means that if it goes above there, it's going to go higher. So long trades can go there and short trades can go under here. It's that simple at this point. This move down through here, let's just check on that. It's 100 ticks. Let's just go to 10 ticks. So that's the move here. So when I look at a structure like this, I just say, where's the most powerful point in the structure? And that would be there. So that would be the third wave. So we could look at this here as 1 and 2 and 3 here, and 4 here and 5 here. So the first move here is we could take that one to there. That would be the center of the structure. And then we've got this little 5 waves, if you can see. Sometimes you can see them and they're okay and they're easy, but otherwise some of them can be difficult depending on the amount of volume. So that's 1 and 2 to here, and that's all the third, so that can go to there. And then this one here would be wave 1 and wave 2 here, so that would take us down to 3 here, 4 here and 5 here. So there's a good case for is a reasonable case to put forward that there's 5 waves in that structure, and then we know that this retracement level here is back around the 61.8%, so that's why it shouldn't go any higher, so that's why we can go long above there. This here also looks like 5 waves to the upside. I'm unsure about some of this, but I was thinking the A and the B wave here and the C wave here. But that's 5 waves to this point. I'm having a bit of trouble seeing that one there. It's probably to there. I mean, we could look at it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. That's the thing. But there's a good case for this 5 waves here. So on the downside here, we could also just take this here and look at this. So if it was going to be bullish, then it would be bullish at this point. It would need to maintain support there. So then we can look at this going short here at the 73.90 if that became the retested resistance. So we could look at this as 5 waves coming down through here and then the rally here. This would be, yeah, it's a bit sort of dodgy in there, but I can see some of it. This is all corrective, so we'll break low here. But I mean, we just really want to see the classic trading levels pattern on the bear side here. So you want that first low below the level, and then don't trade the breakout, because you may get away with it, but you'll also half the time you get caught. So wait for the retest. If you're looking at the futures market, that retest will be on lower volume than that move down here, so that will help confirm the price action, and then you can move in from that point. And with that, we can just go back to, let's just clean this up because I won't come back here and I can't have too many objects on the chart. Okay, so coming back to the hourly chart here just for a moment. So there's a good case that this is a wave 4 here, and we've got wave 1 here, and we talked about going short here. So we could trade down here because the extension's in wave 3. That means that wave 1 here and wave 5 will be roughly the same length. So we're coming down to 7,300. So that's the top. The 3 is the top of minor group 1 of 7,000, so 100, 200 and 300. The 72 here, the 7,200 is also the top from where COVID was at the time before it fell out of bed, so it's smack on 72. So that would be also a nice little sort of retest of that. But definitely cover the short at the 73, and even don't wait for the 73. Try to get in there a little bit before that. So you could also look at 73.30. That's where you could start scraping off the first bit of money, because that's the top of subgroup 1, 10, 20 and 30. Okay, so that you'll get your first bounce at that point. So but yeah, look, I think we can get from B to C here, and then we just need to stand back and check on things. You know, we need to check on ANZ and the banks at that point there as well. So yeah, that's about the best I can do on that side with the banking sector. Let's have a quick look at the other guys. So China here for the A50. We know that the tech stocks, the big tech stocks on the New York desk are being hammered, and the CCP are all over those. Anyone that's making money, they want some sort of control, so they've been hammered. But that's not what's being reflected in China. So I think a few people a bit got a few things wrong here on that, because we can certainly see that I won't go to the Shenzhen, I'll just go to the Shanghai comp just to get a bit of an idea of it. Just bring that back into perspective. We've been talking about this move here being as a corrective move, and this here is an impulse move with a corrective move. These are all impulse moves here, so we're certainly seeing a move to the upside. We're looking on this daily chart as this being as corrective as well. Then we see an impulse wave here that we've been tracking for a little while now, and then we're also seeing this as an impulse wave. We're also seeing increasing volume as well to the upside. So this trend here is just not finished. This is 1 and 2 here, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, and here you'll see a fourth wave come back and test these highs here at the 36.50, which is the lower end of a group 2. So we'll see a little dance in this space. But yeah, we'll see this push up higher just to finish this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there'll be a correction of wave 4, and then there'll be another push up in line with this one, 1, 2, 3 up to here, 4 here, and 5 here. So 3,800 is the minor level up there that will have the largest correction in that space. So China is churning along very nicely in that regard. And India is also powering along as well, taking pocket money off China in terms of manufacturing and so on. So we're looking from wave 4 here as 1 and 2, and from 2 we're going up to 3, 4 and 5, looking also to finish wave 3 in line with the US markets. But from wave 2 to wave 3 here, we're looking for 5 waves. We've got 1 and 2 in here, just in here. So this is 3 and 4 happening here. As I mentioned when we first got here, that we're going to be here for a while, and we can still be there a little bit longer, but we should push up soon on that. I won't go to the intraday for that, but over to iron ore. So this is iron ore out of China, the futures market in China. So a couple of things that we can see here is that if you're an indicator man, you can see the stochastics are pulling back in here. If you're a volume person, you can see that the price was going up, but the volume was diminishing. So that's divergence. This is really a correction at the 1000 here as a classic trading levels pattern. So we see the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then the A, the B, and the C wave, and we're looking for a low in this area through here. So we can go straight to the daily chart as we have been doing here for this. So just lower all of this. I mean, obviously something's going on here, isn't there? Anyway, the Elliott pattern, I know this first move down here is in 3 waves, not 5 waves. If it was 5 waves, then I could look at this as being wave 1, 2 and 3 here, and then 4 and then 5 having a much bigger bear market, but that's not the case. This is in 3 waves, so it's an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here, even though it's been pushed down like this, but 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 for the C wave. So we're just still searching for the low there. I won't go to the intraday today because I've already burnt up enough time, but it is near, and I want to go to copper next. So copper is bullish, so we've got wave 3 up here with an A wave, a B wave and a C wave that we've been working through, called the low in. We've just watched wave 1 push to the upside, so we can just go, I think it's on the hourly chart here for this maybe. So that's wave 1 to the upside with our 5 little waves here for the upside. We've been looking for an A and a B and a C wave. And we talked yesterday about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. If that top was taken out here, then that would be positive. We don't have 5 waves up here just yet. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the third wave. So we could look at this as 1 and 2 here and the third. So I'm still looking for another push here. And then we're going to have a little ABC back again here as well before pushing up higher there. So good for copper stocks. Nothing really happening with gold out of the ordinary here. As you know, we can look, just adjust the 6-hour chart, nothing special about that time frame. From the low here, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that can be wave A or it can be wave 1, so I won't go into that. This move down through here is in 5 waves, as we talked about yesterday, so we're looking for a B wave rally and then another move down here, which can be wave 2. So trend traders can buy at this point, because if this is wave 2 here on the other chart, that means we're just going to continue and just continue all the way up there. If it's the triangle pattern that we're looking at, the descending triangle, then we've still got wave D to go. So we've either got the irregular flat, which would have wave 4 in over here with wave 1 and 2 and pushing up higher. So I don't have the answer for this just yet. But in the meantime, nothing's really, nothing out of the ordinaries here. When we get down to here and start moving up here, then that will become interesting for a trade at that point. How far we go is the question. Do we continue past this area here or not? And that's copper, crude. So the thing with crude is that we've got wave 3 here. We know the move down here is bullish corrective. We just don't know if we just get the A wave to here, the B wave to the 50-60% retracement level, and the C wave down here, or do we get the B wave to continue here for a bit and then come down and then go up. So that's kind of what we're up against at the moment, but just keep an eye on the charts on our website. And also the Australian dollar as well. This is the weekly chart, so we don't need that. But basically here we're just looking at an A wave, a B wave and a C wave here for this. We do need to be careful about it coming down further. So in that case, from the top here to here, if that's the third wave here in terms of 1, 2 and 3 here, then it's moved above the 38.2% retracement level, but still quite acceptable. But we are looking at this as impulsive here. So on the 4-hour chart, we're just going to change it and look at it as all of wave 1 to this point, an A wave, a B wave and a C wave. So we'll see how it sits on the 73. And then the US dollar index is doing much the same, so we need to just check on that here for a moment. DXY. So with the DXY, we're looking at, we know that from this low here, this move here is corrective. This move here is corrective. So that means that all of this is corrective. So in simple terms, we've got it as an A wave, a B wave and a C wave for wave 4 and looking for a move down. So like we just did with the Australian dollar, we need to look at all of this move down here as wave 1 coming back to wave 2 in the box there at 93. We don't want to see 90. If 93 becomes the support, then we're going to be going higher at that point. So yesterday we called in this little high here. So all of this here is wave 1, 2, 3, and there's a 4, 5. There's a problem with that because wave 5, 3 here, I don't know. It's kind of okay-ish, but yeah, it's just not quite happy with it. But sometimes you just got to go with the best fit, you know. So with this move here, we looked at this here, wave 2, if this is going to be wave 1 and this is going to be wave 2, well then this A wave, B wave in here and C wave here needs to be simple, quick, sharp and simple, and we've got that at the moment. And we'd call that high in here. The market has moved down a bit, which is nice, but it hasn't moved down. We could look at it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. I'd have to pull that apart a bit further. Let's just check on something else before we go there though. So I'll just take it from there. Oh, don't want that. I want that. See, that's in support zone here. This is, if it's going to be bullish, that's where it's going to find its support, but it's going to, either way, it would find support there anyway. So just want to have a look at the 15-minute chart, or maybe just go to the 5-minute chart. I just want to check that little move down there, see what we've got with that. Okay, well that looks good on the bearish side, because we could look at this here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, an A and a B and a C for 2, bit big, but then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, an A and a B and a C for the fourth wave, bit dodgy, but then wave 5's here. So this is quite a nice move here. So in this case, we can just look for, that's an impulse wave to the downside. So we can look for an ABC rally, some ABC rally that will take us back into this box over here for that. That was sorry about that. I'm not that, still not quick with this thing. That's all good. So they will come down here further, bring them down. So yeah, we're just looking for this little A, B and C wave here. Let's just see how that plays out. If you're looking for a short trade, then we need to look at, if we consider this the A wave here somewhere, I haven't pulled that apart, the B wave here, and then the C wave going up here for this. Come on. C wave there. Then we can short under this move here for that. Or we can just draw lines through. Sometimes you can draw lines through there and it works nicely. Otherwise we can just go that point. But I know folks look at this because of the commodities, so that's all good. Okay, so that's that. Quick look at, have I missed anything? US BHP, the ADR, depository note on the New York desk. I mean, BHP is obviously traded in South Africa, Stuttgart, London. So the other BHPs are not ready yet because we haven't made a new low here just yet. So we've got wave 3 here with an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here for wave 4. So we still want this to come down lower here, which is obviously going to bring our local BHP down lower, and so on and so on. So I don't think I've got this wrong. So we've waited, you know, when this low came in here, we've just waited for the rally, haven't we? And then we've just been waiting for it to come into play here for this. So that's where that is. Our local BHP has already taken this low out through here. So let's just go and work on that for a moment. So from wave B up here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So we've played out this wave 4. So this one's more advanced here. So this will do the turn first, I would imagine. Obviously 40 is the biggest number, so that's the magnet. 38 under that is the next support. So hopefully we can see BHP come below the level here and then find support back on the level, and then we can build to the upside at that point. So that's how that will play out. FMG here, so we've got wave 3 over here with an A wave here, definitely corrective here. And then this is not 5 waves up here, so it's 3 waves, 5 for B. And then we've got 5 waves down here. We could just go in. I don't know if we had the 1 hour chart or the tick chart for this. Well, definitely the tick chart. So let's just see how we're cruising here. So we've got wave 3, wave 4, wave 1 and 2 in green, and then 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 for third wave here. We're looking for the fourth wave. Or maybe that's not even quite right. I just need to double check on that. It's just not, I just don't want to put that fourth wave there. It just seems so small compared to wave 2, you know. I mean, maybe I've got this wrong. Maybe I need to check this here. So, but anyway, we're not there yet with this. So we still need some sort of, we need something like that. So if you're in this market, you can expect it to come down to 1650 is the medium level there. and it'll probably be tad below that, so 16. So if you're in this market, you expect it to come down into that space before we see it climb back up. It would be nice if it comes down to 16, because can I just borrow this one here? Because we can do the same thing with BHP. It will come down here, come into this 16 here, and then have a little classic trading levels pattern sitting on here. We'll be able to, as soon as we get our first impulse wave, boom, we're in. We'll be on our way to the upside. I mean, this stock pays really good dividends anyway, so if you're stuck in it, it's okay, you know, because it's, I don't know, paying like 6% yield or something, isn't it? I think that's it. I think that's your bloody lot. Let me just check my list here. Yeah, that's all good. Alrighty, enjoy the weekend, and thanks for tuning in, supporting, appreciate it. Cheers.